Now, Sebastian Gorka was invited to a forum by Politico. Politico is a hard left, hate Trump, hate Republican publication. They really were crappy to me when I ran for governor. But here's what happened about the way they've covered the Abrego Garcia matter. Number 36.
A member of Al-Qaeda. If you're a member of Al-Qaeda, you're a terrorist.
How do you know if that they're members of these gangs? What I'm saying
You mean
is,
the tattoos MS-13 on their knuckles doesn't, that doesn't help it?
Those...
Do you have tattoos of Al-Qaeda?
The tattoo did not say MS-13.
Wrist?
I don't want to get into that.
Oh, of course it does. It's just accidents that the four symbols represent the letters MS. See, this is why Politico is a joke. This is why you are gutter press and fake news. That those four symbols that just happen to comport with the letters MS and the numbers 13 don't, in this case, represent MS-13. You're sitting here live defending a member of MS-13. That's why I regret coming here, because this isn't journalism. This is protecting those who hate America. Shame on you. We are saving lives. Sir. Saving lives. How about Maryland fathers compared to Maryland mothers? Like Rachel Marin, mother of 5, raped and murdered and thrown in a ditch. How about Jocelyn Nungare, age 12, raped a mile from her home and thrown in a ditch? It's strange that Politico doesn't do articles about her, that mother, or that 12-year-old girl. Why is that? Why is the MS-13 guy with the knuckle tattoos more important in terms of due process than the lives of 12-year-old girls brutally raped? It's weird that the priorities shift to defending the member of an FTO, but not the children and the women. Dan Crenshaw told me a story once of a 16-year-old girl who was smuggled across this border. The parents paid $5,000 for her to live in America, the land of milk and honey. She ended up locked in a room in New York, raped by more than a dozen men every day for 18 months until she escaped. She went to Dan Crenshaw's office, and I'm no friend of Dan Crenshaw's, okay? He's still got TDS. And that girl said to him, please close the border so another girl doesn't have to be raped by 12 strange men every day for 18 months. It's strange that Politico doesn't cover those stories. Could you tell me why?
We have covered.
No, you haven't. You have not covered those stories. I'd like to see the Jocelyn Nungare, Rachel Marin stories in comparison to the Russia collusion garbage. I mean, let's be honest here.
Let's move on.
You have an agenda.
Shortly after the Biden administration began, of course, the borders were open. Hordes of illegal aliens began coming up. I've told you this story before. I watched CNN, MSNBC, Hee-Haw, and a bunch of other stations. So I'm watching Fox News, and there's Bill Malugin on the border. He speaks fluent Spanish, talking to people coming up to the country, all of them saying when they will talk to him, they're doing it because of Biden, because there's been a change in administration. Drones overhead showing all these people coming. You can't even count them, there's so many. Then I cut over into CNN. And I said to myself, what's the over-under on when they mentioned Donald Trump, if they weren't already talking about him? Generally speaking, it took less than 30 seconds before some Trump-related thing was said. CNN, MSNBC, all the same thing. Back to Fox, next day, on the border, covering all of this. Back to CNN, back to MSNBC, nothing. This went on not for day after day, not week after week, but month after month. It wasn't until the governors of Texas and Florida put illegal aliens on buses and sent them up north to places like Chicago, New York, and Martha's Vineyard. Then and only then did the media begin covering this story.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.